Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Cody with Interstellar Gaming, and welcome to the final report. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Splinter Cell Conviction. But first off, what is the final report? Well, the final report is a series I'm going to be starting that's similar to First Contact, except that I'm going to be taking a look at games that I've played before. Instead of a first impression series, it's going to be more akin to a game review. Except not. It's a little weird. It's not actually a review because I'm not giving a score. I'm not, sitting down and analyzing every piece of this game. It's going to be more opinion based. It's going to be a little biased, but I mean, try and find me an unbiased reviewer. They don't exist. It's literally not possible. You can't do it. They don't exist. I mean, Nerd Cubed, Total Biscuit. And all these reviewers are just, you cannot find an unbiased reviewer. It's not possible. So that's essentially what the final report is going to be. And I decided to take a look at Splinter Cell Conviction today because of a recent conversation I had on Reddit about the whole Ubisoft snafu that's going on right now. A post had been made about The Division and somebody wanting it to be good and not have Ubisoft fuck it up like they probably inevitably will. Although The Division seems to have a pretty competent dev team, so hopefully it's okay. I'm expecting something decent, but you never know. So, but I got into this conversation. Somebody had made a comment about a bunch of games that had been basically killed because of some of the decisions Ubisoft has made, and they didn't mention Splinter Cell, and I thought to myself, I'm going to reply to this person and mention Splinter Cell because, honestly, Ubisoft destroyed this series with Blacklist. And if you try and tell me that Blacklist is a Splinter Cell game, you're wrong. It's not a Splinter Cell game. The gameplay mechanics are broken. They got rid of their voice actor they've had for 10 years plus and kept the same character. The new voice actor they have sounds about 20 years old. And Sam Fisher's supposed to be 60-something. It doesn't work. I mean, if you can't... their whole reasoning was Ironside can't do the mocap because he's too old and doesn't have the same agility and strength that he did before. Because they're using some new special type of mocap. And, okay, that's fine. Don't replace his voice. Use a younger actor for the mocap and voice over Ironside. Or don't use Sam Fisher as the character at all. Make a new character. Because I'd rather see you make an entirely new character rather than butcher a character I've known for 10 years. That'll be a rant for a whole nother video because I'm going to take a look at Splinter Cell Blacklist eventually. Probably sometime next week, I'm thinking. But I chose Conviction because, honestly, in terms of PC releases, this is the best Splinter Cell to date, in my opinion. In terms of PC releases. Now, if you were to be talking about the GameCube or another console, it's going to be Chaos Theory. But the console port to PC for Chaos Theory was an utter abomination, and it's, in my opinion, kind of unplayable. It's just, there's a lot of things wrong with it. But yeah, I figured we'd take a look at this. I haven't played it in a while, and it's actually... It's a more story-driven, more action-y, story-driven Splinter Cell than the previous ones, whereas the previous ones are focused a lot more on stealth, really big, complicated stories that, honestly, were kind of hard to follow. This one is very straightforward. It's really simple to follow, and yada, yada, yada. Let's take a look at the settings. So, gameplay options... Not a whole lot going on in here, just waypoint indicators, subtitles, tutorial notifications. Audio settings, we've got the option for 5.1 surround, which I never turn on surround when I'm recording because it'll record in 5.1 surround, and unless you have a surround sound setup, you won't be able to hear everything unless you're listening in a surround sound setup. So I always turn it down to 2.0 stereo or 2.1. And then you have music, sound effects, and ambience, which I have turned down a little bit because the last time I tried to record this, it was, whoops, sorry for the mic bump there. the sound was obnoxiously loud. Control options, kind of some funky controls, but this is very obviously a console port. However, it is a lot better of a console port than the previous Splinter Cell games. So the keys are kind of in some weird positions, but they're mapped out nicely so that I can still reach them fairly easily. I don't know. It's weird. They're kind of clunky, but they work. It's a weird combination. And then video settings, not a whole lot going on in here either. You've got some environment detail, some anti-aliasing and anisotropic filtering, high dynamic rendering, or high dynamic range, I'm sorry. Dynamic ambient occlusion, which will kill my graphics card if I turn on. Real-time reflection, which will also kill. Vertical sync. No options for changing DirectX. I could have sworn when I bought this the first time it was a DirectX 10 game, but PlayClaw is telling me it's running in DirectX 9, so no idea. Also, look at these menus. These menus are freaking gorgeous. I mean, seriously, I love these menus. I was in love with this game when it first came out. When I first heard this game was announced, I was really excited. And I loved it. But let's jump into the mission. Now, the way that the final report is going to work is I'm not going to play from the beginning. I'm going to choose a part of a game that I know that I like, or that I prefer over others. So my personal opinion of the level or map that I play is going to vary into what I choose. And I also want to pick things places in the game that are reminiscent, that include aspects of all the gameplay, all the graphical fidelity, kind of a whole overview of everything. So I get a good review in. So I've chosen a spot where Sam goes to break into his old workplace, Third Echelon. And if you don't know the story of Sam Fisher, at the end of the 4th game, which was Double Agent, yes? I think. Yeah, 4th game, Double Agent, or at the beginning of the 4th game, I'm sorry, Sam's daughter was accidentally run over. It was a hit and run, an accidental hit and run. But throughout the course of this game, you actually find out that Sam's daughter was not killed accidentally, that it was a hired hit. And this guy, Andre Coben, is the guy that actually performed it. So this guy is the guy that killed Sam Fisher's daughter. And that's why he's in a bloodied heap of flesh on the floor, because I decided to beat the shit out of him because I was kind of pissed off. Well, at least Sam Fisher was kind of pissed off. Okay. But yeah, that's essentially what's going on right now. This is partway into this mission, and I'm about to get bombarded.
Go, damn it! Contact! Target is on the 1st floor! Move! Go! Go!
Alright. What are you shooting at? Is there only 2 of them?
I got movement!
Oh no, there's 3. I can't see.
Heads up! I'm laying smoke!
Can you die? What is going on?
Grim, I just had an interesting discussion with your friend Coben. Reed's in bed with Megiddo. They're going after the president and playing Kingmaker with a VP. The EMPs are for cover.
Of course. Aid won't be able to get there in the aftermath, and they'll have a convenient terrorist attack as cover for everything.
Coben had a few other things to say. I'm headed to your office, Grim. What am I going to find there?
Something long overdue. Patch me through in telepresence when you get there. We'll talk then.
We're clean here.
Alright. So basically the gist of my conversation with him that I beat the shit out of was that he doesn't know everything. The person that does is the voice in my ear. Anna Grimm's daughter.
Stay sharp. You see the target? Sound off.
Is it Alt? What is
No
my
contact on Fisher.
what is my mark? What is my mark key?
We're clear.
Oh, Q.
No contact. No movement.
Okay, so you just saw me use a feature called Mark and Execute. Basically, what that lets me do is, what the fuck? Is there somebody else here? Okay. Did I just see inside Sam's head? The fuck? I'll have to check the footage on that. Where is this guy? But that blood is just floating there. You guys seeing this? It's not even blood, it's rain. Why is it raining inside here? Oh! Yeah, those guys broke through the window. I am not a smart man. But yeah, mark and execute. If I get a melee takedown or a melee kill, it gives me the ability to use mark and execute. So I can mark targets and then execute a large batch of them instantly, essentially. It's a pretty neat feature, and something that I know they expanded upon in Blacklist that I never really had a chance to test for a variety of reasons, where you could do something called moving mark and execute, or mobile mark and execute, something along those lines that looked really cool, but honestly, it wasn't really practical, and I don't know. Alright, let me get a good look at this room. Alright, so I have to get... I fucked this up before and I ended the recording because it took me all the way back to the... Alright, so this should be... yeah. Technically my gun is hitting that laser. Oh, I'm... Alright, so these lasers spell instant death. You can see in the ceiling here there are... there were... this is out there. There are guns in the ceiling.
Clear.
That was close. But these lasers spell instant death, so if you hit them, you better be prepared to start over.
This room's clean.
So now I have to go in here. Now this was always a scary one, because you have to avoid getting hit by this.
All clear.
Wish I knew where this guy was. Oh god! Jesus! Was this not the right way to go?
We're clear.
Right, I figured out what I was supposed to do. Alright, nope, nope, Sam. Alright, get up on that.
Got nothing.
Admittedly, this is my least favorite section of this game. Well, not of this game, but of this level. This is my least favorite section of this level. IMO is not very fun. Lasers are kind of a pain to navigate, but... ah, shit. Hang on.
No visual on the contact. Can anyone advise?
Give myself some cover.
Got nothing.
Alright.
No sign of Fisher. But we better hurry. Our offices need to be empty for tonight. We're clean here.
Alright. Now I can go straight over to Grimm's daughter's office. Now Anna...
still loose in our building. Find him.
Shut up.
We're clean here.
Now Anna Grimm's daughter has been a part of this series from the beginning. She was essentially one of the voices in Sam's ear while he was out in the field. And she was his friend. Now, at some point, he actually had thought that she was in bed with the villain of this game, Tom Reed. And so he's a little bitter against her, and she definitely knows something that she's not telling Sam. Hence all the kind of rigmarole.
Does anyone have a fix on it? Got nothing.
Where?
I swear.
No, you're not.
That wasn't a civilian playing with guns. That was Sam fucking Fisher. Find him and kill him now. We got a casualty. Stay alert. This is Fisher. We're clear. Paying us a visit.
Yeah, it is. Good job. You're smart. Oh.
Still no visual on the contact.
So he's a little sour with Anna right now. There's a whole exposition as to how
Still in our building and he's on the loose. I repeat.
they started talking again, but
All clear here.
shit, I would take this guy out, but there's a guy down there.
No sign of movement.
Great. Holy shit!
Got nothing.
I am gonna take all these guys out.
No contact on Fisher. The man's still on our turf.
Yeah, I am.
God damn!
Oh, no contact
All right.
yet. I'm getting moving quickly.
Shit, there's a guy all the way over there.
No sign
All right.
of Fisher. Did anyone check the restricted areas?
No, you should go do that.
I don't have a visual on mother.
This room
Not a chance in hell. Ain't gonna happen.
Yep. Not gonna happen. Not at all. I actually do think I have to go this way.
Clear.
I thought I could skip this section and just go straight to her office, but it's actually on the second floor, so... So, in terms of stealth... I've never been in this room before. Oh my god, I think that voiceover is glitched. But in terms of stealth, this is definitely one of the least kind of stealth-oriented, stealth gameplay-oriented... Oh, shit.
Sam Fisher!
Oh, wow.
Jesus Christ! The target's concealed. Hang tight!
But this is definitely one of the least stealth gameplay-oriented Splinter Cells in a while, and it got a lot of backlash, actually. Mainly for the point of them... They took out a lot of the mechanics from the original Splinter Cell games, most notably the ability to lockpick doors. So instead of just bashing through them like you have to in this game, you have the ability to slow down, lockpick quietly, and move in and take out an entire room without anybody ever knowing you're there. But if you run into a locked door here, which I actually don't think there are any locked doors in this game, Cisco. Marketing. Ooh, these are the strongest TVs ever. Why don't we make all TVs out of this shit? Oh, right, because third echelon. But yeah, they took a lot of stuff out, and it just... A lot of people were a little crabby about it. Honestly, I think the game had become a little stale by the time they hit Double Agent. Even though Chaos Theory is definitely the best Splinter Cell, even though it's the third one, Double Agent just didn't have that same kind of charm, and it started to go downhill, and I think they realized they needed a bit of a refresh. So this game was... ironically, very refreshing to me, and it was... I was very happy with the upgrading graphical fidelity. I was very happy with the way they handled a lot of these gameplay mechanics. I mean, I really do like this cover system. I haven't explained how it works yet. Basically, you can go up to almost any wall, hold down right-click. Middle click is your zoom button. And to move to another section of cover, you see you have these like arrows. Space moves you. Or if you're at a desk, you can hop over the desk. Now, if there's nothing on them, it'll be silent. If there is stuff on it, obviously, like that computer monitor, which exploded, then you're bound to get noticed. But I like the cover system, and that's another thing that Blacklist kind of did wrong, I think. But I don't know, there are a lot of mixed opinions on Blacklist, and like I said, I'm going to talk about that a lot when I get back into... when I go to play that. So this is actually towards the end of this mission. I wanted to keep this series kind of short videos, like 20 minutes to a half hour, instead of the 60 minutes that First Contact is, so...
So tell me about Sarah, Grimm. Tell me why you lied to me.
It was Lambert's call, Sam. He thought he was protecting you. He had a recording system set up in his office. Everything that went on in there he saved. Before New York, he gave me the access codes. The files can only be triggered on-site and only by me. This is what he had to say about Sarah.
Sarah Fisher, I'd received reliable intelligence of a credible threat against her, one coming from a mole inside Third Echelon. The threat against Sarah would be used in an attempt to leverage Sam. Sam would then be compromised, and I couldn't allow that. So I made the hard choice. I faked Sarah's death, taking her off the playing board.
Dun dun
Without her,
dun.
Sam would be free
Plot
to act
twist.
as he needed to. He'd suffer, but she'd be safe. The rest was details. Preparing a new identity for Sarah, securing her. Excellent work there, Anna, and keeping her hidden. Then used that despicable creature, Coben, to provide a body that could stand in for the girl. And then I lied to my best friend. Told him his daughter was dead. Took advantage of his grief and used it for Third Echelon's purposes. And the saddest part of this, I never uncovered the mole. The danger to her and to Sam is still out there, which means this has to stay hidden. You and I know, that's all. Perhaps someday...
And now we're getting to one of my favorite moments in gaming history.
What?
You have to listen to me. What's done is done. But right now, I need you. I need the Sam Fisher I worked with.
Haven't you heard? He's dead! Just ask my daughter.
Sam, please! My analysts have worked through the rest of the data that you got from White Box. We know what they're doing, and we can't stop it.
Then what do you need me for?
They've got 3 directional EMP generators in place. When they go off, the pulses will blanket the entire metro area. Optimal coverage pattern predictions place one of those 3 at the Old City Reservoir site. You need to go there and disable it.
Why should I?
Because that's the one that will hit Sarah's apartment. And if you stop it, you can save her from what's coming after.
And the other 2?
There's only time to go after one. So go. Save your daughter. I was never holding her. That was just a bluff to get you in the game. And for whatever it's worth, I'm sorry.
What about you?
I'm going to the White House with Tom Reed, and I'm going to try to save the president. Maybe I'll see you there.
So this, right here, this is one of the best and most emotional moments in gaming history for me. In my gaming career, this was one of the most powerful scenes ever. And then this section right here is just plain badass and fun. You have infinite mark and execute.
Protocol 2319 is now in effect. Site cleanup and data sterilization has begun. All personnel must reach minimum safe distance of 100 yards from the building immediately.
One of my favorite moments
Sam,
in gaming
Reed
history
launched
right
Protocol
here.
2319. Get out of there, now!
Warning, Protocol 2319 is now in effect.
Holy!
Infinite mark and execute.
Man, you're dead!
Basically, you run through like a badass
Warning,
while you wait for the place to explode.
2319 is now in effect.
What? Holy cow!
Warning.
So now Sam knew everything. Knew that the best friend he'd murdered had betrayed him for the best reason in the world. Knew that the thing he'd helped Lambert build needed to be utterly destroyed. He was his own man now. And all his ties to his old life were gone. Except for Grim. She called me to call in a favor. It was too late to go for the other EMPs, but she did want me to go get Sarah. Sam deserved that much at least. Meanwhile, she'd be at the White House doing whatever the hell she thought she could do there. So, I said yes. No way I was gonna leave Sarah down there for when the shit hit the fan. And I wasn't gonna abandon her father. Not even when he just waded in and started beating answers out of people. Then again, that was pure Sam. Pure Sam when he got mad.
I like the little mess up with the the subtitles there, but I don't know what it is. I love that scene so much. When I first played that, first of all, I was never expecting the plot twist of Sarah actually being alive. Second of all, I mean, somehow they found a way to deliver the raw emotion of that scene. And for me, one of the most emotional, badass, well-done scenes in my gaming career. And it's amazing. I love that scene to death. It's why I chose that mission to play for this video, because I just love it. And honestly, I love this game. I love this game series as a whole as well. You know, while some of the games aren't as good, like Pandora Tomorrow is not as good as the first one, and Double Agent is not as good as Chaos Theory, this is still a stellar series, and I hate what Ubisoft managed to do with it. So, anyway, that's where I'm gonna cut it. I want to keep these kind of short, so from me, a remote mine, and these motherfuckers right here, I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.
That's right.